Uh, as I said in the previous video, I have to go through here and show off the new effect tweaks that I made to all of my characters. I'm going to start with Axel here. Just going to pick his default skin. I don't even think it matters. I'm just, whatever. Just go with the default here. Skip this. You're going to notice this game is heavily modified. So, yeah, you'll notice I completely recolored the stages, starting with the first level. As you can see, this uses the sunset mod. You can find sunset mod on a site called Game Banana, and it's there. It turns the stage red. I did some personal tweaks for consistency's sake. You'll notice I've gone through the stage and pretty much gutted and reworked a lot of the assets, like that tattoo machine or the tattoo um, neon lights back there. You can tell I personally modded it to be color corrected and make sense. But I'm going to focus here. I'll in the next video I'll do a full walkthrough of the sunset mod, or the first level, so that you can see all the mods that I've made personally. It's pretty nuts. But I digress. So for Axel's original fire effects were not blue. As you can see, I've modded them here, and this is the end result. Which makes sense, because in every Streets of Rage game, Axel has been blue. Blue is his color scheme. I never could understand why in the default game he was never blue. It just doesn't make sense. Or rather, his fire was never blue. He should have the blue effects out of all of the characters. So I'm gonna exit out here, do another select. Let's move on. So here's Cherry, not Cherry, but Blaze. So I don't think it matters. So I'm gonna pick Blaze here. Skip this. Again, don't worry about this me showcasing the crazy stage mod here. I'm gonna showcase it in the next video. So for Blaze, Blaze's color scheme has always been red. There's no iteration of Blaze that isn't red. So her effects should be red too, in my opinion. So this is the end result. She's just, she's got the red effects, which hopefully you agree. It makes sense for her to be color coded to have the color red, given she is the quintessential red character. Try not to harp on it. Try not to project. I know you guys, some of you might not agree. So for Cherry, I chose to go with purple. And I chose to go with purple because she's a feminine character. Purple is the complementary color of yellow, and it's a very bright, girly color, but it's not too girly because Cherry's rough. Also, her aesthetic is she's a rocker. That's her whole shtick. So of course I integrated some black into the purple of her effects, and the end result. This is the end result. She looks nutty. Her attacks are pretty crazy. So yeah, these are personal. This is another personal mod I chose to make the Cherry's effects. Hopefully you agree. This is nuts, man. It's just nuts. But yeah, yeah, I chose to go with purple for Cherry. Okay, next up, Floyd. I slightly tweaked Floyd's effects, but not enough for it to be noticeable. So I'm gonna skip Floyd. He has the same old. I think his effects are like a pinkish. He has pinkish purple effects for his character, and I didn't mind the pinkish color because if you look closely at Floyd's color scheme, you notice on his shoulders he has pink for his lights on his arms, so it makes sense for his energy to be that color too. So I didn't modify it. So next up is Adam. For Adam, originally in the default game, I don't think it mattered what moves I picked. So originally in the default game for Adam, Adam had fluorescent yellow effects. His effects were so yellow that they were yellow to the point of looking green, and I hated it. I've always hated Adam's color scheme, among other things about him. So the tweak that I made for him is, as you can see here, I gave him normal fire, just normal. It's yellowish. His fire is more yellow than not, but I just gave him normal yellow fire. And as you can see for the end result, it looks incredible. This is like crap. That looks so good. But yeah, those are the tweaks that I made for Adam here so far. And hopefully you agree it looks way cooler than the default game. So Estelle, she doesn't have powers. Max, he doesn't have powers. He has a lightning strike, but it's not even color coded. Shiva's been tweaked. This nigga was big ball. I don't think it matters. Skip all of this. Okay, Shiva's original color scheme was purple. I have no idea why he had purple effects. So I went through the character, gutted his effects, and I made him actual fire. He's the one with literal fire out of the characters. Yeah, just normal fire effects. It same color coding for the fire as the base game, as all of the fire in the default game, and that's the end result. I'm pretty sure Shiva's supposed to be paying homage to Liu Kang. Liu Kang uses regular fire, so it just not only does this modification make sense, but it fits him perfectly. He still for his spirit attacks. Yeah, Shiva does spirit attacks in his game. They're blue. They're blue. And the spirit attacks, if you're not familiar with what that is, it makes a clone or ghost version of him populate and fight on the screen with him. And it's just, blue is just a ghost color, so I didn't make a fire. But yeah, this was the end result. Shiva actually uses fire now, which not sure why the main game used purple. There's got to be something I'm missing there. And yeah, that's pretty much it for my effect modifications. In the next video, I'm going to thoroughly walk through that sunset stage that you've been looking at, and just show off the new assets that I've personally integrated throughout it for the city. It's pretty nutty. God bless.